Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about an accuracy heavy bolter build for the heavy class in Space Marine 2 patch 13. Now, the accuracy heavy bolter is one of the more underrated variants in my opinion. The way the accuracy stat works in this game is that it will reduce the maximum spread of your weapon on top of reducing the recoil, and because of that, this variant becomes a laser beam at long range, so really good for like a Raven Guard setup like I'm doing, and one of the stronger archetypes in general. Now, for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk Fast Venting first, as usual, going here to the perk Perfect Cooling. Then we pick up the perk Increased Capacity for more ammo. Down here into the perk Headhunter for a headshot damage increase of 10%. Moving up here into the perk Heavy Immunity. While in heavy stance, do not lose control from the hits. Now, on this build, I am not taking the perk over here, Strategic Stand, for no knockback, and because of that, you definitely want to pick up a health increase of 30%, and losing out on the no knockback entirely can be circumvented by picking up this perk, because any light attack from a Chaos Spawn or a Sword Tyranid Warrior will stagger you without this perk in heavy stance, which absolutely sucks, especially on a heavy bolter, so definitely grab this. Next perk here is Adamant Restoration. When your health drops below 30%, your ammo reserve is restored by 25% of the maximum capacity, cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, being around 30% HP on a Fortitude build with Conviction here is really not that dangerous because you are incredibly tanky on the heavy class, and also if you do drop below this 30% HP threshold here, you will still be able to get back your contested health even while you actually trigger the perk effect, so pretty good synergy there. Next perk here is Heavy Might, up here into the perk Heavy Might for a 30% damage increase in heavy stance. And then we grab the perk here, Discipline. When you have low ammo, you will deal 25% more damage. This perk is very strong. A 25% damage buff for just using your gun's ammo is pretty damn potent, so I definitely pick it up pretty much all the time, and also just fits properly into like the best perk path in my opinion. Next perk here is Fast Venting, and down here into the perk Perpetual Cooling. And then I pick up the perk here, Divine Might, for a 10% damage buff, though I will say, if you want to skip over these bottom two for Great Might, increased capacity and stuff like that, you can definitely do that instead, but that is up to you. Now, for the secondary here, I do take the Firepower Bolt Pistol, mainly because I am playing a Raven Guard, though I will say, if you're fighting Chaos, you can take things like a Plasma Pistol or an Inferno Pistol. Having at least one stagger option on the heavy class especially is very nice, because the Missile Cannon Terminators, they will get insta-staggered in their minigun animation by an Inferno Pistol or Charged Plasma Shot, so really strong option for them. But against Tyranids, this one's also quite powerful. Now, for the perk tree on this, I do start off with the perk here, Perpetual Precision first, moving here into the perk Headhunter, Gunstrike Reload, Increased Capacity, Headhunter again, and the most important perk here, which is Elite Hunter. After killing a Majoris or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, all you have to do to actually trigger this perk is have your gun equipped, and then do a melee execute, and you will also get the buff. But keep in mind, on a heavy class, if you do swap off of your bolt pistol while this perk effect is active, you will lose it entirely, and if your bolt pistol is not equipped during the execute animation, you will get no effect at all, so just be sure you're aware of that. Next perk here is Headhunter, down here into the perk Extended Magazine, and the final perk here is Divine Might for a 10% damage buff, and that is all there is for the Firepower Bolt Pistol. Now, for the heavy perk tree, we really don't have a ton of options here. He is supposed to be getting an overhaul in year 3, but for now, the best perk setup in my opinion is as follows. Starting off with the perk here, Restoration. Killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores 1 armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. Multi-kill does nothing for us here, and auxiliary ammunition sucks, so you're really best off just taking this perk every time, because armor restoration in Space Marine 2 is very powerful. It's one of the best instances of that in the game. Next perk here is Fortitude. Health increases by 30%, because in Space Marine 2, when you drop below 25% HP, you will get a ramping damage reduction, and because of that, a higher base HP total makes you much tankier, on top of other effects like Conviction down here for a 25% reduction on top of that, making you even tankier. Next perk here is Overwhelming Power. When Iron Halo is active, all team members within 10 meters deal 10% more range damage. Now, for the heavy class, while your Iron Halo is active, it also counts as in cooldown, so you'll be simultaneously triggering this perk with the perk over here, Brute Force, for a 25% range damage buff. And next perk here is Encompassing Aegis. All team members take 25% less damage from range attacks. A 25% range damage reduction is very strong in this game, because range damage reductions will affect your armor, not just your HP. So on the heavy class here, you're getting a ton of damage reduction to like all sources of damage, so really powerful for him and your entire team. Next perk here is Consecutive Execution. Killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores equipment charged by 1. The cooldown is 90 seconds. A 90-second Melt-A-Bomb, Crack, Frag. These will save your life pretty much every single game. game, equipment in Space Marine 2 really is that strong, and these have been top tier perk effects since the game came out. Next perk here is Power Regulator. Iron Hail loses energy 20% more slowly. Now, this perk is, in my opinion, better than the perk up here, Field Adjustment, for most builds. Now, if you are trying to get a faster recharge to trigger perk effects here, like Adamant Will, this perk can be better. But this one's, like, the energy saved here does come out to be pretty close in, like, overall class ability cooldown economy to Field Adjustment while not losing any durability, so pretty strong option. Next perk here is Brute Force. When Iron Halo is in cooldown, range damage increases by 15%, and the final perk here is Offensive Capability. When active, Iron Halo deals damage over time to all enemies within 5 meters. This will wipe out Bramble, Cultists, Spore Mines. It is a super powerful utility perk, and the damage is also not that bad either. Now, for the Prestige perk options here, I do take the perk Reverberating Impact first. Stomp AoE radius increases by 50%, moving here into the perk Auxiliary Reload. Melee kills of Extremis or higher enemies restore your weapon's ammo by 1 magazine, because this is the main ammo economy enabler for your entire class. Without this perk, you will run into ammo issues significantly more often, so definitely grab this. And next perk here is also a top tier effect with Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you will take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. This perk on its own makes you substantially more tanky than normal, but if you combine this perk with things like Fortitude for health increase of 30%, you kind of just become ridiculously tanky, so definitely grab this one. And the final perk here is Indomitable Spirit. While performing a gun strike, now lose control for heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. This perk may not sound that strong initially, but having no knockback on a gun strike will save your life sometimes for CHP recovery, so you definitely want this one. And that is pretty much all there is for this build, guys. I mean, the accuracy heavy bolter is like way underrated in this game, and to be honest, all of the bolters are pretty underrated at the moment. I think the heroic heavy bolter may be the best overall option, but like every single relic tier version has a use case scenario, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. If you want to watch me live to ask you questions about the game or just coming out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description. Also a link to my community Discord. And I also want to say a special thank you to my channel members. You guys help me make content like this for like nearly 2 years now, and I really appreciate that. And as always, thank you for watching, and take it easy. Bye.
Station is dead for now. Atmospheric conditions have returned to normal. Advance while it is clear. Inhaler ready.
They did Nurgle and Necron for the next game. I don't think they're gonna do Nurgle at all. I think they're just gonna stick with Tyranids. You're probably gonna see a lot of the enemies from this game slightly updated for that game, and then they're gonna add in like one new faction. So you'll probably get like Tyranids plus maybe Thousand Suns again, because like, there is a Zinj plot going on. But you know, the big issue with Space Marine 2 is not that Thousand Suns and range spam are inherently a bad thing in a video game. It's that the range gameplay loop in this game is not very well done. And that doesn't have to be true for Space Marine 3. Like, the range gameplay loop could be good.
Atmospheric conditions have returned to normal. They sense their strongest, only to see them falter.
I mean, I guess we do this, huh?
Wargear shows no signs of environmental damage.
If this says Space Marine 3 says Death Watch game, they could have us fight anything that makes sense, yeah. I mean, there's a lot they could do with Space Marine 3. We'll see what the scale of the game is actually going to be. I hope that Space Marine 3 is like a gigantic game. Because this game's scope isn't like huge. I mean, you have a lot of like modes and stuff, but it's pretty like standard. If they made Space Marine 3 like a properly supported, I mean, this game's supported, but a more supported game, one that is very much from like the ground up built to be like, all right, guys, this will be a 5-year experience, like Destiny 2 was supposed to be. Rest in peace. Or like, well, I guess Destiny 2 was like a 10-year experience, but maybe Destiny 2 is a bad example of it's dead, but. Also, Blizzard, thank you for the Prime. 3 months, bro. Thank you very much. This Space Marine 3 will be based on the 500 Worlds? Probably not. First of all, people talk about the 500 Worlds all the time with Titus. Titus is not tasked with retaking the 500 Worlds. It's not his job. He's the Warden of Ultramar. He's set with defending the territories that are recaptured. Oh, fucking Pringle, dude. Damn. I would like it if they have a siege in Space Marine 3. It feels a bit bigger, like 5 to 6 man squads, more variation, etc. I think it's gonna be 3 squads forever, guys. Like 3 man squads forever. I would not expect anything more than that. They'd have to pretty dramatically change the scale of the game to make 6 man squads ever like make any sense. And even in like the mods allow that in this game, it's a clusterfuck. It's an absolute clusterfuck. Alright, so we're nowhere near it.
Another alien falls to Imperium's key blade.
What's up, FTG? How goes it? What's up, man? We're currently doing an accuracy heavy vulture build. On a hard strat, tsunami and coordinated calls. This can actually be a little difficult because you can get sunlocked pretty hard against like a bunch of sword warriors with tsunami. Not nasty.
My shield is charged.
I don't think they can optimize the 4-man squads. They got scaled up to 4-man. Difficulty 3 is already easy. Yeah, I think people need to temper their expectations on a lot of things that are coming out for like any game really, but especially this one, where if you're looking for like some crazy like 5-man squad mode, that's definitely never coming to Space Marine 2. And it's very unlikely to come to Space Marine 3.
Processing command. Reloading magazine.
It's like when people ask for a whole new faction in this game, it's like, guys, just think about how large of an update that would actually have to be, and then look at the updates that have actually come out for the game. Like, what update has comparable content to an entirely new faction in Space Marine 2? We've got one new enemy in patch 10. It's like the biggest patch, or one of, or a new class.
Attention. Operator required at Sector B.
Alright, so that's over
Register
here.
shipment with supply train at the transit console.
Head to the required sector.
Do you think we'll get to use Terminator armor in Space Marine 3? Maybe. That might happen.
Interfacing now.
Inputs accepted. Yes.
Necron Space Marine 3? We have no idea. Space Marine 3 is not coming out for a very, very long time. Not until like 2029 at the earliest. It's past 14 this week. The PTS is potentially this week. At some point.
Foes push to overwhelm us. Stop them. The Imperium has spoken. They send their strongest.
Provide your command authorization to dispatch paper.
The enemy summons support.
These guys in the most awkward position.
Another alien. Iron Halo online. Nova cannon explosive warhead requisition. Lieutenant. Good. Escort the payload to the train. There is a lift nearby. Secure it for our cargo. Exterminate the swarm beasts. Purge the zoanthrope in a hail of bolter fire. The zoanthrope has fallen to be trampled underfoot.
Okay, I may have completely misplayed that. Hold on. I may have completely. For some reason, my brain registered. I was like, dude, I'll get hit by the ball and then get my HP back on the CHP recovery. But instead of getting hit by the ball and kill them in 2 shots.
His will.
A slight miscalculation, they might say. Some people, not me, would call that a cataclysmic fuck up. I would also say that. It was a calculated attempt, except for bad at math. Exactly. Who needs to dodge, dude?
My shield is charged.
True.
Aim to the bow before you can grab
But we are now super tanky, on top of the fact that we almost have infinite ammo if we get hit over and over, because we're at that threshold to trigger Advent Restoration at 30% HP. So, silver lining.
Taking cover is advisable, but unnecessary.
That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent blight.
Sort of sit around the corner, you're fine. I mean, next box is going to be a sin, like guaranteed, but...
Your attacks will shatter on my shield.
Atmospheric conditions have returned to normal.
Aiden says you have 4,500 plus hours. Is that true? Yeah, I have over 5,000 now, actually. If you count PPS time. I have closer to like 5,300 hours in this game, because, I mean, that's if you count public test server time, which I have like 500 hours on.
Updating mission log to reflect continuous atmospheric irritation.
Iron-thirsty alien scourge. Even their champions stand a chance. Death to the Xenos.
Mission log. Service doors functioning normally. Atmospheric conditions have returned to normal.
Iron Halo online.
Do you know anything about the upcoming Vanguard buff? No.
But an abhorrent
No clue.
blight.
All they said is they're gonna do changes.
Adjusting more specs for close proximity.
The Apothecarian provides.
Atmospheric conditions have returned to normal.
They sense their strongest, only to see them falter. Swapping magazine.
Sightlines diminished.
Alright, ammo box here. I wouldn't mind a melt-a-bomb. Shotguns are nice, but
Bridge. Quickly.
melt-a-bomb really fills out any gaps in this build.
This sector is cleansed of Tyranid presence.
Oh, relic. Okay, we're kind of just cooking now.
Online. It is a renewal given form.
Atmospheric conditions have returned to normal.
Melta bombs much less frequent this patch? I know some of the exact same rate.
Secure terminal perimeters.
Does David still play the game? Not really. I'm bored of this game. I don't blame them though. They've got other games they enjoy playing.
Obstruction detected.
Zambit's also like an actual pro gamer. When I say pro gamer, I mean like proper pro Doom player that's featured on Bethesda's actual official channel. So they got other things they like to do. Pro gaming. Alright, we'll do this. Nothing over here. I have a feeling we're gonna get a boss down here. I'll have to choose equipment before missions at some point. They'd talk about that eventually. They might do that. I doubt they let you pick Melta bombs, but other things probably. I feel like whip wars would be a lot less annoying in this game if they actually let you parry them every time. Like, look at that. See? What is this shit? At least one of those is the ghost parry. Oh, we got hit in between, but still, it's like... If they actually had consistent parries... Like, we're even like on a different type of elevation there. Just one of those parries just like ghosted right through them. How lame is that? Is there a damage reduction on the Biover where you shoot its gun? You shoot at its gun because while they're planted they take double body shot damage.
Infestation is stemmed from the back.
Good community, my man. I will be later. I'll really be doing that later. I'm King first. I think the Prime. Oh, damn. Alright, nice little ammo box. That should allow us to 100 to 0 this guy then. Wow, look at him zoom. Where is he going? That's electric to spawn in front of me.
My shield is charged. That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent blight.
Seeking operator. Not found. Resuming search.
Blessed be this magazine. Deceitful Xenos, exterminate. Even their champions stand no chance. Even their corpses insult the glory of God Emperor.
Seeking operator. Not found. Resuming search.
If I know when later is, I don't have an exact time, dude. I'm gonna be honest. That's when I decided to do them. Also, if you want to go move over to Twitch, that's the easiest way to get the code in for games because they have the lowest delay.
Out of munitions.
Derailment on track 6. Request servitors to clear wreckage.
I just go back to the game. Should I max out my weapons per prestige, or does it not matter?
Iron Halo.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter, but you probably want to max out your weapons. We're doing that along your prestige grind anyways. That's not too bad.
Swapping magazine.
Okay.
Terminatorial weapons transfer. 3639 loading complete. Manifest updated.
I've been watching other YouTube videos recently and returned to Ice 2. I'm absolutely loving it again. It's about to get even better in patch 15 and year 3. Get a ton of shit for this game.
Together we go. Payload is aboard the train, Lieutenant. Good.
Just kill these guys in the
What?
game.
Push to overwhelm us. Stop them. Exterminate the swarm beasts. Reloading.
You're running Chains of Duty? No, this is the Accuracy Heavy Bolter. Alpha bomb, that's nice. Finally, after all this time.
Fresh supplies for our use. Iron Halo online. Our eggs the foe before he terminate anchor sight. The Xenos infestation is dead.
Oh, I think the tier 1.
They are calling for rain. Punish their weakness.
So much fucking bramble, dude.
The enemy summons support. Another alien falls to the Imperium's key. Sing holy orders. With bolts and flames shall we smite them.
I know my Raven Guard sounds an awful lot like a Black Templar. My bad.
Adjusting our tactics to overcome.
Love the content, fellow Space Marine. Thank you, Battle Brother. I am, like, potentially actually addicted to this game. I'm addicted to builds in this game, but, like, I think I'm just addicted to the game.
Requisition a motive engine. Route the Xenos onto the tracks.
Oh, it's time, boys.
There are engines in service that may be printed along the parallel tracks. Route changes may be made by a dispatcher at the track's control terminal.
The train is sustaining damage. Xenos was but an abhorrent blunt.
So you're in a Raven Guard mood today? We always are. I mean, I think black and red is just a good color combo. Black, red, and white. Let's go back into the game. Should max out my weapons for procedure. Already answered this. What's the best class for true solo? Bulwark. I mean, technically tactical in terms of like damage, but Bulwark's like if you're asking that question, you're gonna benefit the most from Bulwark.
Charging system detected. Engines requested to perform rites of restoration.
Link your armor to the Mechanicus device. You will need to keep close proximity to the charging station until the reset is complete.
Oh.
Charging
A
system
little awkward.
detected.
Well, it's always awkward to dodge at long range.
To perform rites of restoration. Engines in. An emergency maintenance request is awaiting your immediate attention.
Offering prayer now. Emperor, guide the station to full charge. And prayer.
For safety, the charging system will remain suspended until the powerful is corrected. Please stand by.
It's just instant to go and dodge that.
Offering prayer now. Emperor, guide the station to full charge. And prayer. Even the champion.
Ravenclaw is objectively the most drippiest chapter. Is there an objectively most drippiest chapter? Yes, there is. Bloody Angels.
Offering prayer now.
And honestly, as much as I'm not the biggest fan, Black Templars.
To full charge. And prayer.
Alright, that's harder.
Offering prayer now. Emperor, guide the station to full charge. And prayer.
actually is comboed by that.
Emperor, guide the station to full charge.
That's the only downside of the heavy here. You can't get straight up stun locked by Sword Warrior like combos if they stack properly.
They sense their strongest. Only to
That's why I think the heroic heavy bolter is the best. Blood Angels Rage Red Blood, exactly, KNG. Exactly, dude.
Guide the station to full charge.
I guess you could say they know ball. Let's go and
Offering prayer now. Emperor, guide the station to full charge. And prayer.
gotta get like 4 warriors on you. Or look at the Neurothrup's the heavy with a balance weapon. Very, very something.
Engine sear. An emergency maintenance request is awaiting your immediate attention.
Offering prayer now. Emperor, guide the station to full charge. And prayer.
I was going to say, you're playing Gears of War E-Day and releases? Probably not. I will probably not be doing that. That wasn't that riveting.
Iron Halo.
What version of the Heavy Bolter is that? This is the accuracy variant. So, better spread. Hi there, crazy work you're playing on solo. Want to say I think one of my favorite builds was a Dodger Assault. Get away with so much, not sure if it's good in solo, but this game is good. Oh no, dude, that build's also peak in solo. Definitely Assault's best build for solo right now. Very strong.
Charged and prepared for departure.
Deploy immediately.
Wings of Flame is both flashy and very, very cracked.
Warhead outbound.
Hey, we did it.
Detonation in 5. Brace for shockwave.
Take a look at our epic stats.